We are there in the morning when they wake up. We help them bathe but long, and you're going to be having to hear it all across this province. My name is Carolyn Egan. I'm co-chair of the Greater Toronto Health Coalition, along with Michelle Robidoux and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of great activists, Helen Higginus, and so many more. I'm also president of the United Steelworkers Toronto Area Council, and we welcome you to our city today. This is a workers' city, and as we say in my union, we make the wealth, therefore we should decide how it's spent, and it should be spent on public health care, absolutely. I want to now introduce the Executive Director of the Ontario Health Coalition, the hard-working, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, Natalie Mera. Please give her a warm welcome.
Hey! Can you hear me at the back of the crowd? Can you hear us at the back of the crowd? We're outside the legislature and they're sitting in the chamber right now, in the Legislative Assembly. It's right at the front here. And if we yell really loud, we'll drown them out. Privatization of our hospitals and public health care. Stop the privatization of our hospitals and our public health care. Ready? Stop the privatization. Still people coming in to Queen's Park. Earlier on, the police told me we have at least 5,000 people here today. Judging from the size of the crowd, we picked up hundreds along the way. I think we're well over that now. Our goal was to get to 10. I think we're pretty close to our 10,000 people here to fight privatization. I just want to say this quickly. The media is reporting this like Doug Ford is opening a few private clinics, as if it's an add-on to our public health system. They're misreading the situation. In the last year alone, Doug Ford announced $300 million to open 61 new private clinics. There's only 150. In context, there's only 151 public hospitals. These are clinics that are set up with ORs, with diagnostic suites. They're set up to be quasi-public hospitals, and they'll take every service that they can make a profit from if the government lets them do it. So we have a situation here. The last Conservative government in Ontario privatized home care. The majority is privatized, 80% privatized now. They privatized long-term care, and we saw what happened in long-term care. They take money for profit every month, and they don't provide the staff, and they don't provide the care. They don't care. They're in it to take as much money out for profit as possible. Now Doug Ford is in office, and without exaggeration, we didn't go and work night and day for months to get 5,000 or 10,000 people here because we felt like it. We did it because they're now coming for the public hospitals. They're privatizing our public hospitals. And if we do one thing today, that is we teach the media and we teach the public that they're privatizing our hospitals. And unless we fight, we will lose. Right? So, if we want to win, then Ontarians of every political stripe, of every age, of every ability, in every part of this province, need to email Doug Ford, CC in your MPP, give him holy hell, and tell him to stop privatizing our hospitals and healthcare. one job. You're going, as well as your election and whatever you're doing at convention. Go on to the Ontario Legislative Assembly, that's what it's called, website. Get Doug Ford, email Doug Ford, and email your local MPP and tell them what? Stop privatizing our hospitals and public health care. Stop privatizing our hospitals and public health care. That's the job. Who came in on a train? Okay, on your train on the way home, what you're gonna do, take your phone or your friend's phone. You're gonna go to the Ontario Legislative Assembly website. One job. If every one of you does it, and then when you get home, you get 5 people to do it, right? And ask them to get 5 people to do it. Let's try and at least get 1 million emails to MPPs and to the Premier and tell them to stop it. That's it. Last note. This is not like they're adding in 61 private clinics. And by the way, the previous 2 years, they privatized the cataract surgeries. They pushed the majority of Ontario's public hospitals into deficit. They're forcing them to cut services. They're threatening to take them over if they don't cut services, while they're shifting $300 million to the 61 for-profit clinics, plus hundreds of millions they're giving to the private cataract surgery clinics, plus $1 billion a year that they're giving to private for-profit staffing agencies, and so on. If they took the money they put to profit and put it back into our public health care, we'd have way better care. And that's what we have to insist. Okay, so to finish off, today we're starting the major fight back. From here we ratchet it up and we don't stop until they can't ignore us anymore. So let's make some noise.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Thank you. Always inspiring. And we want to welcome all of you who come in, as she said, from the train, from Woodstock, from Windsor, Barrie, Oshawa, Brampton, Kingston, all over this province, and thank you for coming to our city. This is not a Toronto rally. This is a province-wide rally, and all of you from smaller cities, towns, villages across this province are speaking for hundreds and thousands more in the areas from which you come. And absolutely, and this government's got to hear it. I would like now to introduce Alana Kong, who is the Research and Campaigns Coordinator, hard-working young woman who has really made such a mark on the Ontario Health Coalition. Please welcome her today.
Hello everyone, thank you for being here on this beautiful day to stop the privatization of our public hospitals. I'm here to tell you about the devastation that privatization from Doug Ford is already causing to people in Ontario. Because all the time, every day, we get calls, we get emails from patients, often seniors, because they've been charged illegally thousands of dollars in private clinics. Shame! They're charged outright. They're manipulated into believing they need to pay for unnecessary junk. Shame! Special lenses for cataract surgery they don't need. And the clinics lie, they literally lie about wait times. They say the wait times to get cataract surgery in public hospitals is 2 years long. That is not true. They are trying to make people believe they need to pay to get their care. Shame. One story that stands out to my mind is Marie Monroe. She's 80 years old. She lives in London, and she was charged $8,000 for her eye surgery. Shame. She had to take out a loan, and she's using her pension to pay it back still. It is shameful. It should never happen in Canada, but this is what is happening. While Doug Ford is shunting more than $1 billion to for-profit corporations to privatize our hospitals. Shame. Sala, who you all seen, Sala's wonderful. He and I, we phoned all of the private cataract surgery clinics in Ontario. In every single town, the clinics were were telling people you needed to pay thousands of dollars to get cataract surgery. That is not true. It is illegal to do that. But every single town had at least one clinic that was telling patients that. We caught them red-handed. It's illegal. Also, all of those clinics are in Southern Ontario. They're in the largest urban centers. And so if we don't want equitable access to healthcare, if we see no moral issue in charging patients, often seniors, thousands of dollars that they can't afford, if we see no moral issue in making people believe and manipulating them into paying for unnecessary junk, or paying twice as much as OHIP, then sure, go private. But we need to get this out to young people. We need to get this out to our generation, because this is a system we're inheriting and we cannot afford it. We cannot afford privatization. What we need is a properly funded public healthcare system, and it needs to be restored. And so if we let them privatize our public hospitals, it will be devastating. And so we need to stop them together. We can only do it together if all of us come out to these protests. If we keep on doing this together, please stay connected with all of us, and we'll see you next time.
And as you can see, Alana is the new generation, and there are legions of them, legions and legions of young people representing the diversity of this city and this province, and they are taking up the torch. They're working hard, hard, hard to maintain our public health care system. So Alana, thank you so much. So I would like now to introduce a patient who's going to tell you her story. Ina Cope, please welcome her.
Good afternoon, people. A few months ago, my husband was led to believe that he had to have special laser tests performed before he could have cataract surgery. The fee for these specialty tests was $1,200 in addition to OHIP. He had no choice. If he wanted the surgery, he had to sign up for the payments. In addition to paying the eye doctor for specialty tests, he also had to pay the hospital $1,200 for the 2 lenses. And that's all I can say. We had no choice. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And there are stories by the hundreds of thousands just like that all over this province. That's why we're fighting so hard to maintain our public health care. I'm asked now to introduce Merritt Stiles, who is the leader of the official opposition to the Democratic Party.
Well, will you look at this? What is happening? You have come from every corner of Ontario to send a message to Doug Ford that our public health care system is not for sale. In fact, it's worth fighting for, right? I want to tell you I'm here with Wayne Gates, with Jessica Bell, with Jamie's here, with Lisa Gretzky, with Peter Tabbins, with Robin Lennox. We are so proud as NDP MPPs to stand with healthcare workers. With patience. And we will stand every day in opposition to this government's carving up of our healthcare system. So I want to ask you this. Are we going to let Doug Ford privatize healthcare in this province? Are we going to be silent when he chooses private luxury jets over healthcare? Are we going to be silent when he chooses secret backroom deals over hospital beds? Are we going to let him privatize the healthcare of this province? You're darn right we're not. Are we going to fight?
introduce John Fraser and Adil Shamji, Primary Care, Urgent Care, Public Health Liberal Party of Ontario. John Fraser is the interim leader. If you could please come to the front. Yeah, here we are. All right, just, you can go there.
Good afternoon. I'm John Fraser. I'm the interim leader of the Ontario Liberal Party, but here's the thing. It's been 8 long years. 8 long years, and this tired, out of touch, out of gas government has lost its way. Too many people are waiting too long for surgeries that they need. 2 million people don't have a family doctor. Right? ERs are jammed. Patients and the people who care for them are suffering. And too many people have to use their credit card instead of their OHIP card, and that's just simply wrong. That's not the Ontario deal. But the Premier can afford a luxury private jet. What's wrong with this picture? I come from Ottawa South. I got elected because I care a lot about healthcare. I got 2 big hospitals, I got long-term care. I have so many people who work in healthcare in my riding. And they're hurting and they're suffering just like all of you are. And we're going to continue to fight hard for you. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Adil Shamji, our critic for health, to say a few words.
I have a question. Do we have any patients here? Do we have any healthcare workers here? Do we have anyone who cares about healthcare here? You know, I really wish that we had a premier who is more obsessed with all of you and your healthcare than he is with luxury private jets, taking over airports, and supporting his friends and donors. You know, I'm really proud to stand here with my buddy Stephanie Bowman, John Fraser, and all of you to defend the Canada Health Act. And we all know the Canada Health Act makes 5 promises. It promises that our health care will be comprehensive, universal, publicly administered, portable, and accessible. Those are its 5 promises, and those are the 5 promises that Doug Ford is breaking. Whether it's sending public dollars to private for-profit clinics, whether it's letting people be forced to pay with their credit card for primary care, whether it is underfunding and starving our hospitals. This premier has to be stopped. And I know with every single person here, we will be able to do that. Because privatization is like a drop of poison in a well. A single drop poisons all the water. So with that, I'm going to give it back to the person who's leading the charge, Natalie Mara, and the Ontario Health Coalition. Let's give it all up for her and all these other leaders who are fighting the good fight.
Okay, thank you so much, and you're going to get a little treat right now. Some voices are going to be coming to the fore, and this is just to remind you, if you remember how public health care was won in this country, people of Saskatchewan, trade unionists, Indigenous people, immigrants to that province, and just farm people all over that province met in farm kitchens, in union halls, faith communities. They organized, they beat the doctors who struck. They beat the privateers who wanted to keep making money, and they won. They won it from grassroots organizing as you're doing, people just like yourselves. And I think you're going to get a little flavor of that time. Natalie's going to lead you in song. Go right ahead.
Not just me, all of us here. Okay, you know Sweet Caroline? Okay, you know how loud you yelled? Let's see if you can sing that loud. Are you ready? We're going to do this. Don't privatize. No, no, no. They'll destroy us with their lies. Their lies, their lies, their lies. Don't.
A phone to this rally. Check, do you still have it? If you don't have it, you come up to the back of the stage, because someone somewhere here in this crowd is missing a phone. Okay? So just check for me and check for us, and you'll have it back as long as you can describe it. Okay, so we're looking for our next speaker, who I think is right behind me somewhere. And I want to introduce the chair, Jim Stewart, of the Waterloo Region Health Coalition. They've been organizing like hell out there. They've been doing a dynamite job. Anyone who's been on those coalition calls, and I want to tell you, these coalitions meet on Zoom every week. They're volunteers, they're union members, they're seniors, and they fight like heck organizing their communities, and Jim is going to give you a little sense of that. Go right ahead.
Hello, Ontario. A big welcome from Waterloo Region. So I'm here to tell you about something I keep hearing all the time about hallway medicine, about wait times, about privatization. But what I don't hear about is the obvious alternative solution for our public health care system. What I don't hear about is something that's less expensive, has better outcomes, and is never discussed. And what is that? It's a resilient, high-quality public system that's a global leader in wait times. And we don't have to imagine where that is, because I know it is. I grew up there. It's in Scotland. It's the Scottish NHS. It's the global leader in wait times. They have improved quality of care, an 18-week standard. They've reduced these surgical wait times. How did they do that? 4 points. They redesigned and transformed their system with centralized intake. One wait list. Wow, that's brilliant. An information strategy so they can track everything all the time. Again, brilliant, but dead obvious. Another third point, a planning strategy where they would focus on capacity and workforce. A plan. Wow, is that a good idea? And finally, a performance management strategy where the government actually watched what was happening in the health care areas and made sure that they did it right. So what they did is they had a consistent ways to find increased capacity in the public health care system and to avoid the entrenchment of any privatization anywhere, because as you know, the Scots don't want to waste their money. They also don't like to sing alone. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And what could we do in terms of capacity? We've got 30% of our ORs just sitting there, right? Why don't we think about using that? Why don't we stop that train wreck of privatization with that obvious alternative, right? So on Waterloo Region, we do a chant at healthcare. Do you guys want to join me? Here's how it goes.
Stalwart. The people you brought out from your area is just extraordinary. I've been asked to just announce there is an injured workers rally taking place here June 1st, 11 a.m. Merv King from the Bear Clan of Temiskaming First Nations has asked that it be put forward to you. I know a lot of you aren't going to be here, but for those of us who are, we're going to try and make it hugely important for workers, everyone, organized or none. And we give our solidarity to everyone, and of course the struggle of Indigenous peoples across this land, Turtle Island. And I would like now...
Trish McAuliffe, come up and get your ID. Trish McAuliffe.
All right, more lost things. I don't know if the phone has been recovered yet, but we will let you know. So I would like now to introduce a well-known labor leader, J.P. Hornick. She's president of the Ontario Public Service Employees Union. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, I am J.P. Hornick, president of Option Central, and I am here on behalf of my 200,000 members, 60,000 of whom work in healthcare across this province. Attack, that there is understaffing and burnout and underfunding to a degree we have never seen. I don't have to tell this crowd that Doug Ford is solely responsible for the shit we're in right now in healthcare. just an attack on healthcare. This is also an attack on all of our care networks, from public education to public healthcare to our social and community services. Because, my friends, I'm also here on behalf of 4,000 social, community, and developmental service workers who are out on strike right now. Is an attack on all of us. We know that they are attacking our care systems because these are the places we gather. These are the places we connect with one another. These are the lifeblood of our community, and we serve the most vulnerable, and we teach each other love, not hate. We teach each other. And Doug Ford's in there thinking he can pick the winners and the losers. He's telling us that every single Ontarian that's not in his pocket is a loser. We know that this is a premier who's happy to put money into private predatory healthcare clinics. We know this is a premier who will put money into private jets rather than people. Well, we're here to tell him today, hell no. This is what we do. When he punches down on us, we build mass movements to fight back. We bring together community, workers, students, healthcare, and we have the power. What I know from history is that when we fight together, we win together.
And many of you here are trade unionists. We know that, and we thank everyone who has come out from their union, whether it's been in a convention. And I do want to mention that the CUPE convention is taking place right now, as many of you from CUPE know, that they have elected a new president, Yolanda McLean, former Secretary-Treasurer, President of the Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, and we want to give her our congratulations on that wonderful victory. Now to introduce Aaron Aritz, who is president of the Ontario Nurses Association. Hard-working people.
Hey everyone, you're a sight for sore eyes. I'm Aaron Aritz, and I am a proud registered nurse. And the president of ONA, Ontario Nurses Association. We represent over 68,000 nurses and healthcare professionals. Where's my healthcare workers at? Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Where's the healthcare workers? It's an honor to be here with you to fight Doug Ford and his shitty government in their effort to privatize our public healthcare system. Who's in for the fight? Been vocal, they stand up, they fight. Where are the ONA members? We are fed up, we're totally against what's happening here. Ford and his buddies want to see this public system burn down, but we're not going to let them our way. So let me tell you what they say. Privatization will make it cheaper. Privatization will make care faster. Who agrees with that? Understaffing crisis will only cost Ontarians more and will only increase wait times in the public system. Who knows this? And who bottom yet, let me put it that way. But we're being replaced to save money, and that is a shame. When you don't have enough staff, you don't have enough care. Who agrees? Nurses and healthcare professionals are working understaffed every day, facing violence and abuse every day. That is a shame. And it's only going to get worse. We're burning out. We are near wit's end. Who's with me? Who's going to fight this? Privatization is not the solution. It's a train wreck we must all prevent. Who's in? As a nurse, I know the solution to this struggling healthcare system. Publicly funded and delivered healthcare is good for communities, and it's good for our economy. We need a system that supports everyone, not just Ford and his buddies. We need funding for safe staffing. We need a government that knows the value of its workers. Where are the workers? So if you're a nurse or a healthcare professional or a healthcare worker, let me know if you're ready to fight like hell to save this. But it doesn't end today, it begins today. It's our turn. We are here, we are not going anywhere, and we are going to stop this train wreck. Are you with me?
Give it up for the nurses. Thank you so much. We are now going to have Heather Erland, who is the Ontario Regional Director of the Canadian Labour Congress. Heather, take it away.
Who's revved up to fight for public health care? It's my honor to be here today to represent the Canadian Congress and 3.5 million workers who stand in this fight with you. It goes without saying that public health care is a right, not a luxury. That's right, it's not a business opportunity. It is not for sale. People in Ontario see exactly what's happening. Ontarians know that the government that underfunds public hospitals, call it modernization, it is privatization. Shame! And we won't let that happen here in Ontario. We know what happens when public services are privatized. Resources are drained from the public system and forces patients to travel further, wait longer, and pay more. Shame! Inequality grows, and we reject this. Healthcare must remain universal, public, accessible, and delivered on a need basis, not out of your pocket. So who's with me when public healthcare is under attack?
And it's pretty clear. There is an old song in the labor movement. Which side are you on? You're either with us or against us. And this Legislative Assembly better understand they got to be with us or they're going to be gone. We're going to make sure we make sure public health care is here and here for good. So I'd like now to announce Mike Tranter, who is the head of the Green Party. Please give him your warm attention.
This is what people power looks like! From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today, standing up and fighting back against the privatization of healthcare. We're going to work across party lines. We're going to work across community lines to stand up and defend publicly funded, publicly delivered healthcare. I don't know about the rest of you, I'm tired of being dead last in funding for healthcare in the entire country. I'm tired of being dead last in funding for basic public services in the entire country. What are we going to do? We're going to stand up and fight back. Keep fighting. We're here with you. We're here for you. And we're going to work across party lines to bring forward the kind of healthcare system each and every one of you deserve And we're gonna stand up for the nurses, the doctors, the PSWs, and all the frontline healthcare workers who care for our loved ones. Thank you, everyone. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Solidarity.
Okay, first thing, we need Michaela Harris to come up to the stage. Michaela Harris from Woodstock, up on the stage. And because you've been so fabulous, we're gonna end this rally with Sarah Bassiano and the anthem.
And then you can go back to your train. So we're just going to do the anthem. Dan, let's make it good and strong. And then we'll see you next time. And what are you going to do? You're going to email Mike Harris. I was going to say Mike Harris. Doug Ford and your local MVP, right?
Fight the police! Defund abortion! Fight the police!
This is not Beijing!
Defund abortion! Fund the police! Fund the police!